happened to you? I like you.
Our kids will be short AF. My new BF is taller than you. Find your class, shoddy.
I couldn't take that disrespect and started using
Elevate method.
6'4" after using the method.
Where is your tall boyfriend now? I thought you were tall, lol. You are right, I really need to find someone in my class.
And boy, do I have the product for you. What is up, Solace8773? My name is William Kitten. Yes, that's my real last name. And I finally exited my cryogenic sleep pod after 5 months to tell you about the new fitness sensation that's sweeping the nation. It's called
the Elevate Method.
Now, Instagram pages peddling miracle solutions to increase your height are nothing new. There's the Titan method, and the Wolf method, and the Giant method, but the
Elevate Method
has shown up in my Explore page several times now, and I can no longer keep it to myself. It's too stupid. I've watched every post here, which is going to absolutely ruin my algorithm, and most of these are the exact same power fantasy, where a short Sigma guy gets rejected by a girl, and then he comes back taller from the method, and he's like, oh, I didn't even freaking want you anyway, so get annihilated. Hey, I really like you.
Look in the mirror, lol. You are so ugly and short. I don't want to ruin my genetics.
I couldn't take that disrespect, so I started using the Elevate method. 6'3" Chad after using methods.
Hey, it's been a while.
No way, it's you? How you become so tall and handsome?
Who the f*** are you? Anyway, mind your business.
Wait, you are the one who wanted me first. You can't leave me now.
Oh, another pick-me type of bitch. I don't want to ruin my kid's genetics with an ugly slut.
I like how he specifically started a conversation with her just so he could turn around and pretend like he didn't know her. As you can see, there's usually a panel where the guy goes, I couldn't take that disrespect, and starts pumping some crazy iron. Which is funny because according to Elevate Methods, going to the gym actually compresses your spine and makes you shorter. Or wait, no it doesn't. Going to the gym makes you taller? Or wait, no it doesn't. Which is it, Obama? And then, according to Mario and Luigi, going to the gym with the Elevate method will actually make you taller, and we're back to square one. But they could have just popped the mushroom, so I wouldn't exactly trust what they have to say. Another reason why watching every single one of these reels was bad for me is because I'm pretty sure my hearing is now gone. This is barbecue sauce, by the way. I didn't have to do blood, but I did blood, and now I have barbecue sauce on my ears. Man, what am I doing? Guys, there's barbecue sauce in my ear, guys. Let's look at another video.
This guy grew his height by 4 centimeters in a month.
Oh, what? 4 centimeters in 1 month?
I gained 4 inches of solid height in just within 6 weeks. It worked like crazy.
Oh, what? 4 inches in 6 weeks? That's crazy! And also not the same thing at all. And also, is that a different guy? Whoa, how did he do it?
He used our simple technique where he takes a 20-minute hot shower every single night before bed.
Oh. Yeah, that is simple. That's very simple. That's so simple that I think most people are already, like, doing that. Damn, I didn't realize I was already taking part in the Elevate method. No wonder I'm so tall. That's also just super wrong, by the way. The hot shower theoretically affects your core body temperature, which theoretically makes it easier to sleep, and when you're in deep sleep, you theoretically produce more growth hormones, which theoretically makes you grow taller. But this is such a roundabout way of doing things that it won't have any meaningful effect, let alone 4 inches in 6 weeks. Why do I feel the need to fact check that showering makes you taller real? Why am I like this? And showering is so hard anyway. Some of us don't have time for things like basic hygiene. Isn't there an easier, more accessible way for stinky guys like me?
And if you also want to grow taller, check my profile link fast.
How it feels to be taller than someone who is older than you.
Hell yeah! Get absolutely demolished, Queen Elizabeth II! 5 things women secretly hate in their boyfriend. Acne. Ugh. Short height. Ugh. Bad haircut. Ugh. No glow-up routine. Ugh. Small wood. Ugh. Oh man, I have all of those things. This is terrible news. Wait a second. 5 things women secretly love in their boyfriend. Acne, short height, bad haircut, no glow-up method, small wood. Gah! Which is it? Bill Clinton? Literally, how do you mess that up? These reels are right next to each other and both still posted. What are you doing? By the way, most of the solutions listed on this page are like strict diets you have to follow or sets of 12 exercises, but the solution to small wood is pomegranate. which I find very funny. There you go, all better.
It worked like crazy.
Speaking of wood-related nonsense, why is wood the rarest thing in 2025? This is just not explained. And it's not even true. It's actually the, 1913 Liberty Head nickel. So, take that. And if you're curious, this second picture is testosterone. And if you didn't know that, you're not a man. I'm sorry, I didn't make the rules. That chemical compound's the first thing they teach you in boys' school. Where were you? What were you doing? Now, a lot of these videos finish by telling you to read the caption, which makes sense because that's where a lot of the real meat and potatoes is. Our Elevate method is the most detailed science-based height increasing method, which includes advanced nutrition's guide, all exercises plan, ancient methods to actually boost your growth hormone, and many more. Hang on, ancient methods? I mean, I knew we were dealing with some kind of methods, but nobody told me they were ancient. Now you got my attention. But just how ancient are we talking here? You know, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't add up. Like, why are these 16-year-old high school students discussing breeding compatibility? And why are these two Who Wants to Be a Millionaire reels the exact same, except one has the word Asian tacked on twice? There's no difference. Even a blind can see the difference! I'm beginning to think that I don't trust this Elevate Methods fellow. I'm beginning to think that he might not be being entirely truthful about his ancient methods. Oh, wait, no, look, no BS, see? Never mind, it can't be fake. Boy, I jumped the gun. If you're still in doubt, look, they even have crazy proofs available of our students. Let's take a look at some of these crazy proofs, shall we? Yes. Well, I'm just as surprised as you guys, but after seeing these, even I have to admit that the Elevate method is actually fake, because these don't prove anything. Let's see, we got pictures of walls with heights drawn on them. Well, that's pretty ironclad proof right there. We have some Discord messages from people saying that they grew taller. Well, that's just downright impossible to fabricate. We have a before and after picture of a guy who is probably standing on some books, and then a before and after picture of a guy who is just not changed in the slightest. Irrefutable evidence! I do appreciate the fact that Elevate Methods had the moral fortitude to hide the identities of the probably fake people sending him Discord DMs. I mean, with this blur effect he added, I'll never know that Blue Jay was behind this message. I know it's silly, but this kind of content is not innocent. Some people take it very seriously. It is not only promoting hating yourself by telling you that if you're short, you have, quote, zero value, but it is also telling you that everyone else hates you for being short and is encouraging you to be hostile to them in return. And Elevate Methods somehow has 109,000 followers, so this is a real movement we're dealing with. In most of his descriptions, Elevate Methods writes something along the lines of,
Here's how you can get the Elevate method. Follow me and like the reel. Share and save the reel. Comment Elevate and directly go to the link in bio. No follow equals no guide.
Now it's true that there's a link to his store in his bio where you can download the ebook for the method, but there's no reason you'd have to comment or do any of that other stuff. It's a pretty obvious engagement farm, and this entire account is so clearly ridiculous that I don't see why anyone would want the Elevate method in the first place. Like, I highly doubt that anyone would— Elevate. Testosterone is the sperm of men. What? This guy clearly did not attend boys' school. Bro, is it okay to be 15 and 6'4"? No. Is there no limit to their greed?
My inner demons are rising!
First person I've seen who posted actual information. Mad respect. Actual information? That's gotta be one of the rarest things in 2025. Let's see what he commented this on. Can jerking off will really stunt your height growth? Read caption, bro. Okay. Can jerking off will make you shorter? We will tell you exactly if jerking off can make you shorter, and it is scientifically proven data. But first, let's see its pros and cons. Pros of jerking off: stress relief. Okay, alright, I give. After all of that actual information, I can't resist the temptation anymore. I'm tired of being shorter than Dora. I just want to be storing with glowing skin. Is that too much to ask? I'm gonna get the Elevate method. According to his profile, the Elevate method is completely free. That's so generous. Wow, I'm sure he's being 100% truthful, as always. What? $10? Well, I guess with all of the actual info and ancient methods locked away inside this sacred tome, that's actually quite a good deal. Not to mention, every single review is 5 stars, perfectly punctuated, and written by a totally real, actual, not fake, fleshy human being.
I was always worried about my height, but the Elevate method made a difference.
This ebook is amazing.
The Elevate method is impressive. It combines science with old techniques.
Well, I'm sold. Guess I'll just go ahead and purchase. Oops! My hand slipped! Oh, what happened? Oh, there it is. Huh, I guess when I fell, I must have accidentally bought it legitimately, in accordance with the rule of law. Let's take a look. For starters, the book's English skills are not exactly consistent with the social medias. There are no grammar errors or punctuation errors, well, except for one. As mentioned earlier, one of the key components of the Elevate Method blueprint, carefully developed by our team over the past 4 years, is HGH. Cocktail! We'll be using a blend of 8 different. The advice is generic, and the writing reminds me a lot of the reviews, almost as if they were written by the same entity. The Elevate method, as it turns out, is mostly stretching. 90% of this book is pictures of stretches. I suppose the idea is that you'll stretch yourself out and get taller, like one of those medieval torture devices. Oh no! I wasn't supposed to reveal the secret. Please don't do a legal action on me. Anyway, it's all very loosely backed up pseudoscience. Researchers in Japan discovered. Recent studies suggest. Studies have shown. But you'll notice he never actually cites any of these studies. I decided to fact check a random line to see how accurate it was. Researchers at the University of Genève in Italy found that vitamin D is closely linked to bone growth. And that never happened. It's true they published a study about how warmth affects bone strength, which is sort of close, but it's more about treating osteoporosis than becoming a 6'4" Chad. The link between vitamin D and bones is largely attributed to German chemist Adolf Windaus, and oh yeah, the University of Genève isn't even in Italy, it's in Switzerland! Wow! An astounding 0 out of 0! Not a single statement in that sentence was true, and that's just the first line I looked at. Has this ever happened to you? Man, you know, the one thing that would make this book product that I already paid for even better would be a massive commercial right in the middle. Well, Elevate Methods has you covered. He spends more pages promoting this sponsored athletic greens supplement than his own suggested cocktail. Cocktail! I have an alternative solution for you. I have a surprise for you. I have something special for you. I have a fantastic solution for you. And best of all, athletic greens taste delicious! And here's some exciting news for you. I've partnered with Athletic Greens to offer you an exclusive— How much freaking money do you need, man? Is scamming all of these people not enough? When your mom asks you what you do for a job, how are you gonna explain that you are living off of the Elevate Method empire? Chapter 12, Height Scams, How You Should Avoid Them. Many height programs out there don't use proven methods. They just combine random ideas and sell them to whoever will buy. That's why so many people end up disappointed. It's important to use a product like
Elevate Method,
which has been tested and shown to work for many people and comes with positive reviews from real users around the world. No, we're not like those nasty scammer guys. We are completely different. Even a blind can see the difference. But I suppose there's only one way to know for sure, and that is of course to try it. So watch out, anime women who rejected me in the past. Here I come.
It works like crazy.
Sleep flat on your back, ideally without a pillow.
And best of all, athletic greens taste delicious! Hello? Did it work? Am I a 6'4" Chad now? Here are my before and after pics. Ah, who am I kidding? Well, that's a shame. I guess it must not have worked because I didn't like, save, share, and comment Elevate. But that's the thing. The way these scams operate is by giving you a long and difficult to follow process, saying if you don't follow it exactly, then it won't work, and then when it obviously doesn't work, people would rather assume that they had done it wrong than admit that they had wasted their time and money. I mean, there's some good that can come out of it. If you can get young, smelly dudes to take more showers by saying it'll make them a clean-pilled shower maxer, then go right ahead. But being so obsessed with growing taller that you'd buy the Elevate method is just going to make you more insecure about your height in the long run, not less. These kinds of accounts prey on a very widespread feeling of unlovableness and unworthiness, and they benefit from your insecurities so you keep coming back for more. In this commonly posted reel, a couple is shown as being content with their shortness, but then the moral of the story is that once they get tall, they realize that their lives were actually horrible, and they start looking down on everyone else. Like, that's stupid, right? This is just meant to target people with good self-esteem and get them to doubt themselves. For what it's worth, the couple looks super miserable now. Regardless of my worries, I imagine that most of the people commenting Elevate on these reels are like 11 years old. And my hope is that one day they will grow out of it. That's it from me. Oops, my phone. It won't have any meaningful effect, let alone 4 inches in 6 weeks. I can grow 4 inches in 6 weeks, horizontally, if you know what I'm saying. Ah ha 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 ha.